let's decorate some planners for the week. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new, my name is Tracy, and I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. So yes, I have quite a bit of planners here on my desk. Not 100% sure if I'm going to decorate every single one of these. It's just going to depend on how I feel after I get through decorating the first few. So we'll see, but I'm going to have to decorate them at some point, so that's why I do have them pulled aside. These are my two journals. These are the ones that may or may not get decorated as part of the video. This is my Archer and Olive A5. I've been having a lot of fun decorating this. I don't get to decorate it very often. And yes, those are really quick flash throughs because it's a journal. So I can't just keep it open. And then this is my Hemlock Oak Daily Planner that I have been using to basically summarize my day, summarize all of the things that I did during the day on a more descriptive level than what I can do in my regular planner. And I will say, I decorate it, and then I didn't have time to decorate, and I don't like it when I don't decorate it. So I'm hoping to be able to decorate a few of the daily spreads in here as well. But I'm definitely going to be doing my weekly catch-all planner. And then we're going to be playing around in my new Franken planner, which I put together a couple of videos ago, by cutting apart two of my coil planners and popping them onto discs. So I think we will be decorating my Erin Condren Daily Duo, because I've been kind of having fun experimenting with that one this week and experimenting with sticker placement on that one this week. But we're going to start with my catch-all because that is, my main planner. So that's the one I need to start with. I will not be adding a lot of functionality to the planner as part of this video because I'm filming this on Thursday of the week prior. So I will be coming into this planner likely on Sunday to kind of jot down all of my to-dos and things like that for the week. There are some appointments that I'll mark off in here and things like that. But other than that, I can't really do much planning yet because I still have quite a few days to see what I can actually get done over the next 3 days that I don't have to put on next week's calendar. Hopefully I can get a lot done so that way I'm not overwhelmed next week. All right, so next week is my birthday, or I guess when you're watching it, it might be this week, depending upon when this video goes up. But when it's a birthday, I tend to pull, I have Posh Party. I also have a Hell of a Plan birthday book, but I was feeling this one because there's a really fun pastel-y set in here. This one, super cute. It doesn't scream birthday. There's not big cakes and everything like that here, but it's still fun. You have a little happy birthday banner and stuff like that. And that's what I want for this spread. I don't need big happy birthdays or anything like that. That was part of my currently journal and it might be on my daily page. I don't know, but I was really feeling this one. So yeah, that's where I'm going to start. So yes, one of the very first things I always do whenever I start decorating this planner is try my best to hide that calendar that's in the top left-hand corner. Now, the reason why I hide it is this is a 2025 planner, so the calendar is not correct, and it's a Monday start calendar, so I can't do my little trick. If it was a Sunday start, then I could just change it to a Monday and leave it up there. But I can't do it when it's a Monday start, so I do cover it up, which is fine because I like to use stickers in my planner, so that makes it easy to cover it up. I will say at the beginning of the year when I was trying to figure out how to cover it up, sometimes I put a box sticker over top of it and then wrote my priority of the week or a quote or something like that. So even if you don't use a lot of stickers, you can always do something like that to cover it up as well. So yeah, this is my catch-all planner. And I will say this planner, I decorate every single week. My other planners, sometimes I don't get around to decorating them. But this one, I make it a priority to decorate every week. And I think it's because it's just a lot of fun for me to decorate. And as I start thinking about why is this planner so much more fun than my other planners to decorate. And I think it's because I have a formula for how I use this planner functionally. So I know where I can decorate and like how I'm going to set it up. And when it's the same week to week, it just becomes easy. So I think that's the reason why I do this. So yeah, I do use this very, very functionally. I have kind of talked about that in the past about how I use it. It's my catch-all, so it keeps everything that is important, everything that has a date, everything that has a time goes in here. Plus, you know, as I mentioned last week and at the beginning of this video, this now also has my to-dos in it again. So I just incorporate my daily to-do list and those vertical columns as well. So I do put some fairly big stickers in some of the actual columns, and I do second guess that later on, especially the one that is between the Monday and the Tuesday column. But it would not come off the page, so we're just going to leave it there. In actuality, it's fine. I don't really have that many after work to-dos that I put in here anymore. I mean, I have like your basic chores and house kind of keeping type stuff. But now that I have a social media planner that I'm trying to stay on top of, those types of to-dos that I used to put in here, I can kind of put a lot of those in that planner now. I will probably keep a few things in here related to social media, but I don't think I have to get as in-depth or put as much as I used to. So yeah, I am using the Live Love Posh Functionally Pastel sticker book because I just thought it was the easiest one to match this kind of, you know, match with the pastel colors and the stickers that I was using, the decorative stickers. This book has everything from date stickers, so like the date dots plus the days of the week plus the bullet points and everything in between. So I felt like this was a good one. So yeah, I put the bullet point stickers. I did redate it and use the sticker book as well. And right now I am making habit trackers out of those checklists. I don't use the checklist very often. I do use those occasionally, but not enough where I would ever use them all up. So I made sure that I had 7 dots, which means I had to cut one of the longer checklist strips, and I just put them horizontally on this page. I'm going to wait to label those habit trackers until Sunday when I figure out which 4 habits I really want to track in this upcoming week. It's usually something like working out, although that's going to be hard a few days in the upcoming week just because of afternoon commitments, and maybe something due to like journaling or like a routine type thing that I'm struggling with. I'll put that in there just to kind of help me with accountability purposes. So I did have to add a few stickers from the clear sticker set portion. There's only a few left, but most of the ones were paper stickers that I had, but I had a few of these clear ones. So I just kind of put them sporadically in certain areas that I felt like needed them. I really wanted to put a lot more stickers up and down the middle, but I didn't have any. So I'm like, we're just going to fill that area with some of these more bullet points. We're just going to do that to kind of add some color to the center and call it a day. So yeah, this one, like I said, it's pretty simple to decorate for me every week because I have a formula going. Yeah, and I love how that turned out. Now let's chat a little bit about this planner because this is my first time actually talking to you guys about how I have been using this planner, because when I first set it up, I had no idea. I just knew I was going to somehow use maybe possibly the daily pages, but I was going to be primarily using the weekly page of the Daily Duo, which I did not decorate this week, and some of the notes pages, but I have been using the daily pages, y'all. So because this is only for not just social media, but like creative project brainstorming, like maybe what stickers I want to use, what I need to do to finish a project. So like if I need to print out photos, I keep putting, like this current week that I'm in, I have put print out photos and listed the photos at least on 3 separate days, and I have yet to do that yet. And each day has different photos that I need to print. So one day coming up this weekend, I'm going to go through that list on those 3 pages and print all of those photos. But yeah, so that's how I'm using it for social media and for my creative projects. I For the first day that I used this planner, I started just kind of writing in the daily section. I'm like, oh, it looks so ugly. And when I say the daily section, I'm sorry, I meant the hourly section. Um, so I added stickers and I was like, oh, I kind of like this now. So that's why I started adding stickers. So I use box stickers and decorative stickers on the left-hand column where the hours are. That way I can use it functionally. I mean, I can use it functionally with the hours there, but I wanted to put boxes there. This is where I kind of list the priorities of the day. This will usually be focused more on social media. So what goes in those boxes that I put over those hourly spots are kind of priorities when it comes to social media. And then the bullet point section and then the blank section at the bottom, so on the right-hand side of each page, that is what I use for creative projects and breaking down what sticker books I want to use. Like I said, what photos I need to print, any other things I need to think about prior to getting started with the project, or just brainstorming a project. Maybe it's brainstorming a new project that I'm thinking about. Then I'll jot that down there. And I just jot it down on the day that I'm thinking about it. So it's not necessarily because I jot it down on Tuesday, I'm going to do it that evening. No, but I'll just jot it down on Tuesday. Like I said, this is a planner that I only had 2 months left in. I was trying to think of how I could, use something that I already had for this purpose for social media and project planning. And then I remember that I had 2 months left in this Erin Condren Daily Duo from last year. And I'm like, let me just go ahead and use that because I have 2 more months until the second half of the year, which I have a planner that I do have July through December. So I only needed 2 months. So it kind of worked out perfectly. So that's the reason why I'm using the daily pages. Otherwise, I would not use something with daily pages for this. But because I have them, I'm trying my best to use them, and so far, so good. And y'all, I'm really liking how I'm decorating it. I think it's turning out super cute. These are all sticker books. Both of these sticker books are really, really old Happy Planner sticker books. And I'm just trying to use Happy Planner stickers in this particular planner for the next 2 months. It's a good way to use those stickers that I never use. Some of them I don't really love, but looking at the finished product, I'm like starting to love them. But just when I'm flipping through them, I just don't love them. Like I said, nothing against Happy Planner. I just find they have a lot of box type stickers. Like even their quotes are in boxes. And I just don't love that. So I just prefer other sticker shops when it comes to decorating most of my planners. But when I started out into this decorative planning world, I went really heavy with the Happy Planner. Plus, those are the sticker books that you can find heavily reduced sometimes, or you used to be able to find sometimes in stores for like $4 or $5. Back when Hobby Lobby used to have them, and then Michael's used to have more than they have now, they would go on clearance, and I would stock up. I think I did a Michael's grab bag one time when it was like $10, and it was like 10 or 12 sticker books in there. So yeah, that's why I have a lot. So I really need to use them. I have a lot of fun Happy Planner Disney ones, but those I'll use in some of my other planners. So this one's, I'm just kind of using those random, weird, oddly shaped stickers in that one. Now, in my Archer and Olive A5 planner, I'm going to be using Planet Darby stickers. I will also be using Planet Darby stickers in my daily Hemlock and Oak, which you'll see momentarily. So these are stickers that I printed myself. These are all part of her summer release. Definitely check it out. I will have everything linked down in the description box, as well as any discount codes and things like that, plus the names of these specific sticker sheets. But yeah, this one I like to decorate as well. I don't write a lot, or I haven't been writing a lot, because most of the writing goes in my Hemlock and Oak Daily. This is kind of me highlighting certain things, like I said, like a highlight of the day or something of that nature. And this is a lot neater. You saw, well, I think I have to blur out some of the things in my daily planner or my daily journal, but I write really sloppy in there because I'm kind of just, like I said, it's a record keeper of the day, but I do like decorating it still. So I can be a lot neater in here, especially if I'm only writing a sentence or two from the day. And I will say this particular one, I can go a day or two without writing in it and then just backtrack, especially because if I'm consistent with the daily planner, then I don't have to worry about forgetting stuff. But when I'm focusing just on one highlight, I typically can remember those. But like in this Hemlock and Oak Daily, I do need to stay on top of this because I do want to record even the small things that happen during the day, which could slip my mind even like the day after. So that's why I do like to try my hardest to stay on top of this one. And you guys have heard my struggles about doing that. It has not been a struggle the past now 3 weeks. I'm so happy about that. I'm nervous about when I go on vacation and then when I get back, trying to get back into the groove. So fingers crossed for me, y'all. Fingers crossed for me. We are just about done, guys. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to draw some more boxes. I like to draw boxes. I have a lot of functional box stickers, but I really like the way the hand-drawn boxes look because I can make them whatever size I want. That's kind of the reason. Plus I can draw around items or stickers more specifically, and I just kind of like that look. So that is the reason why I do that instead of using some of my gazillion sticker books that have boxes in them. All right, guys, so I managed to do 2 daily pages here. I use my Planet Derby stickers. I just keep them off to the side and then pull them whenever I want. You can see this turned out really cute. It actually looks really decorated. And then I added my hand-drawn dashed boxes so I don't have to use a ruler. When I use the dash, you can see how wonky it is, but it doesn't look that bad because it's dashed. I like adding the boxes. I just feel like it looks so much better. Like that just doesn't look good, but then that looks better. You can kind of see. So that is why I do that. But I do think that turned out cute. And then in so this is the one where I write about the day. So this is my daily record keeper. And then my Archer and Olive journal. This is where I write like a daily highlight. Pretty much is, I guess, the best way to explain it. So I did, these are fairly large stickers, so they are taken up a decent area of the box, but I think it's going to be enough room. It would have been enough room this current week, so I'm assuming it'll be enough room next week. Of course, you never know until the week comes. But I still felt like it needed something. And instead of like pulling out my washi, I just outlined the boxes. And I used this really, really light yellow, which is the 020. And I think it worked perfectly. I didn't even use a ruler because it's so light. Again, you can't see the little wonky lines. So yeah, that is super cute as well. Then we have in my Erin Condren Daily Duo. These all turned out really, really cute. So yeah, I just used Happy Planner sticker books that, if I'm being honest, at some point I was probably going to destash because I have not used Happy Planner sticker books in months. Some of them years. So I was planning on kind of going through and destashing, and I'm like, wait a minute. Now that I'm introducing like new planners and playing around in new planners, let me just use them in these planners. So that is what I'm doing. And this looks so pretty. It's turned out super cute. I'm able to use the vertical boxes, which I don't really use that much in any of my spreads. So I do like that. So I use the Marabou Designs and then the Tropical Boho, very, very old sticker books. This is, I think this one might be 20. Yeah, this one's 2022 and this one's 2021. This one, there were some icon stickers that I pulled out and put in one of my binders. But yeah, this turned out really, really cute. And like I said, I just need a little bit of space to kind of jot down some ideas of like what I want to do creatively that day. Who knows, one day I might not even use it. So that's the reason why I figured this would be a good place to put some of those Happy Planner stickers. And like I said, it actually turned out really, really cute. And then, of course, probably my favorite spread. I think every week the spreads that I create in this particular planner ends up being one of my favorite spreads. I just like decorating it. I like decorating it. Again, I use the bullet points and the tombos or mile liners or whatever I decide to use that week to kind of add some more colors to the spread that is supposed to be super functional. I do have a decent amount of stickers here, but again, a lot of it is held to the perimeter and of course the middle. So yeah, this is super, super cute as well. Really, really happy with that. So there we go, guys. I ended up doing spreads in 4 of my planners, and you know, this was a whole bunch of daily spreads. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't do that many videos focusing on plan with me's and my planners. I only do maybe 1 or 2 a month, usually a monthly setup, and then at some point I'll do a weekly. I might put these on my channel a little bit more if that's something that you guys want to see. I mean, I'm decorating them anyway. I'm just not filming them. So if you like me to film them, I will gladly do that. So definitely let me know. All right, guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to watch this video. I really do appreciate it. And if you enjoyed it, smash that like button. If you've yet to subscribe, I hope you would also consider subscribing. That's all I have for now. I hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, or night. Until next time, bye.